see if I can turn this car off. It's gonna get hot real quick here, so I'll make this a quick video. So today we are in day 29 of day 30 when it comes to reading the entire Bible in 30 days. Today you should be on Psalms. We have Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon left. That is it. So we got today and tomorrow, and like I mentioned to you at the beginning of this journey on June 1st, the goal was to spend 2 hours a day for 30 days, and that'll get you through the entire Bible, and that's what I've been doing. Sometimes it's been a little bit less than 2 hours, sometimes it's been a little bit more than 2 hours, but really on average it's been about 2 hours a day. And what I also did is in my journal is I track the times that it actually takes me to read a book of the Bible. So if it's 1 Corinthians, it might take me 50 minutes. 2 Corinthians might take me 45 minutes, whatever it is. And I just keep track. So as soon as I start reading, I write down the time that I start. Then I hit my timer on my phone. And then when I'm done reading, I will pause my timer. And then I will start my timer again when I start reading again. And basically, I will read for up to 2 hours according to the timer. But what you'll notice is, as you're going along, when you write down that time in your journal, let's say you start at 7 o'clock in the morning, you're going to notice a discrepancy. You're going to notice that your actual reading time is less than what you thought, because you're going to write down 7 o'clock, and then maybe you're done and you got to go off to work or whatever it is, and you notice that 2 hours has gone by, but your actual reading time might only be 30 or 40 minutes because you do other things. You go shave, you go have a shower, you make breakfast, you have a coffee, you go for a walk, you water the lawn, whatever it is, but time is still running, but your actual reading time should stop once you walk away from reading the Bible. Just because your Bible is open doesn't mean you're reading it. That's the key here. And that's what I've been trying to teach you and mentor you and coach you and show you over 30 days, that you don't read as much as you think you do. I'm telling you, 2 hours and 12 minutes a day will get you through the entire Bible in 30 days. And yet some of you are thinking that you can do it in 1 hour. And then you realize, oh man, I can't even read for an hour. That's not on me. That's me exposing the idea that you don't read as much as you think. So you can kind of give yourself a bit of a break. Now you can understand why you're not getting through the entire Bible. It's because you're not reading as much as you thought you did. 15 minutes a day will get you through the entire Bible in 1 year. So if you're reading and you're like, man, it feels like I'm reading hours a day, and then you actually figure out that you've only been reading 15 minutes, well, you're on pace to get through the entire Bible in a year. Don't beat yourself up. If you read for 30 minutes to 40 minutes a day, you're going to get through the Bible in 6 months. It's not speed reading. You're just reading consistently. A consistent reader will beat out anybody that speed reads or tries to blow through the Bible, all this kind of stuff. Consistency is the name of the game. Just reading every single day. And what I've been trying to teach you is, if you could set time aside, set 2 hours aside, you don't even have to get up super early in the morning. You can get up at 6, 7 o'clock, read for 50 minutes, and then read again at lunchtime, and then read again in the afternoon or in the evening. 30, 40 minutes, you're done. That's it. But if you do that at that kind of a pacing, you're going to get through the entire Bible in 30 days. And I've been getting requests from people asking me if I could put this together into a series over a period of 30, 31 days. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to add a couple of videos, and I'm going to put it in a playlist There is a playlist on my channel, 30 entire Bible in 30 days question mark, because that's what people ask. Is it possible to get through the Bible in 30 days? Yes. I've done it in as little as 21 days, but 31 days, if you started in July, you get 31 days. That's actually quite amazing when you think about it. 31 days. I was a little bit concerned because I miscalculated on, I think it was Wednesday. So it took me a couple of days to get through Jeremiah. And you'll find that once in a while you go through a book in the Bible and you're like, man, this is taking me a little bit longer. But in reality, it was about 2 hours and 20 minutes to get through the entire Bible of Jeremiah, but it was spread out over 2 days. And I was like, oh man, I'm behind now. I'm behind. And in my head, I was like, I got to be done by Saturday because that's 4 weeks in the Bible. But technically, what we were doing was we were putting you at a pace to get you through the Bible in 30 days, not 28 days. So when I realized that, I'm like, oh, I'm 2 days ahead. Actually, I'm actually on time, because it worked out that today I'm going to be reading. I haven't started yet, but I'm going to be reading Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon by tomorrow night at midnight. So basically, I have 4 hours of reading left. So we're right on time with where we should be, because again, today is day 29. All of you should be, if you're watching this video in July, you get an extra day. You get a bonus day, which is great. So that's something to think about. If there's a day that you need, like a break, and you're like, I get 1 day off over a period of 31 days for July. Or you could use it as a day to get yourself ahead. So it's up to you what you want to do for July. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this series. I've already got about 28 videos out of 30. So I just need to do a couple of videos. I might clean up some of my thoughts a little bit, maybe tweak it a little bit, that kind of thing. But then at least you'll have a 30 days, 31 days that you can watch the video. And after you're done watching it, you can read. And the idea is to help you get through the Bible in 30 days. And I'm your pace setter. I'm like your pace car. If you can keep up with me, you are on track. So again, if you're at day 29, even if you're just finishing up the minor prophets, that's okay. It won't take you very long to do that. To be honest, I had to finish Malachi this morning. So, but I'm going to be jumping into Psalms sometime today. Go through Psalms a little bit. I have a live in a few hours. I'm just about to go back to church. So it's kind of interesting. If you try and do too many things, it's very difficult. But for you, if you're just reading and you don't have a YouTube channel, it's actually going to be a lot easier. Because think about it. I've been spending about a half an hour, 1 hour of making videos to help you get through the Bible in 30 days. And that's actually cutting into my reading time. So after that, I have to still stay on pace for reading 2 hours. So I'm actually spending 3 hours or so trying to get this all for you guys so that you can actually follow along. But I'm quite confident that if I did this again, like in July, I don't have to make the videos and all that. I could just focus on my reading, and it would actually be easier. So that's the plan, is to polish off this little video series, and I'll just put one video after another. So when you watch day 1, as soon as day 1 is over, day 2 will play. So you don't have to worry about it. Maybe you're going on a road trip. Maybe you're figuring out that you're a couple of days behind, or you want to get a couple of days ahead. So just watch a couple of my videos. And the idea behind it is to get you into the right mindset on a daily basis. And I can't overemphasize this. Once you're done the 2 hours, you're done. You don't have to worry about doing anything else, because that's the pace. That'll get you through the entire Bible in 30 days. I know it because I've done it several times. In fact, I did it 3 times in a row. And the third time I did it, I actually did it in 21 days. So I know it's possible to do it in 30 days. It's a good clip. because you're going to find that you're not able to watch as many movies as you used to watch. You're going to find you may not be able to golf as much as you want or watch Netflix or whatever it is, but that's okay because you're just doing it for 30 days. And the idea is maybe next time you do it in 6 months or 4 months or 8 months or whatever it is, and you just keep doing it again and again. And this will be the 21st time for me in 3 years and 4 months. So I do this all the time. It's just I don't keep track like I've been doing for this past 30 days. I just, as soon as I'm done the book, like as soon as I'm done Genesis, I know I'm going into Exodus. As soon as I'm done Exodus, I'm going into Leviticus. That's how I've been doing it for the past 3 years. So it's so built into me now as a habit that I don't need to keep track. The only thing I use is my little bookmarks for Old Testament and New Testament. That's it. That's all I have now. And then I can just use my highlighters and journal if anything pops up and all this kind of stuff. So that's what I've been doing for 3 years. I'm trying to transfer that to you so that you guys know how to get through the Bible. You're reading the Bible wrongly, incorrectly. You're reading it incorrectly. What do I mean by that? You're focusing on the wrong words. And you're trying to get something from every single word, and you're like trying to extract it and go, what is my takeaway? What am I going to take away? What can I learn from this one word or this one verse? And I'm saying that's what's slowing you down from getting the big picture of 50,000 feet. You just read like you would normally read a novel. Nobody goes through each word and goes, I wonder what that word is or what that sentence is. And then you just walk away and you meditate on that one sentence in Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. Nobody does that. They read. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you away from the idea of reading one verse a day or one chapter a day and get you more into the mentality of when you sit down and read the book of Romans, you don't get up until you're done reading the book of Romans. If you sit down to read Corinthians, you don't get up until you're done reading the first book of Corinthians. It doesn't take very long. Eventually, you'll get to that point where you can sit down and read the entire book of Genesis in one sitting, even if it took you 3 hours. That's where that's where I'm trying to get you to, is the idea of being comfortable to sit down and read for long periods of time. I can do it now. I could read. I actually have to close the Bible now because there are times, especially on a weekend, where I could just read all day and I have to go, I got to go for a bike ride with my wife. I got to go out for dinner, or maybe I got to take some time to watch baseball or whatever it is. So that's where I'm at. I'm on the other side where I got to close the Bible. So I don't have that little voice in my head that says, maybe you should read my word. I don't have that voice. Instead, I get revelations downloaded almost every single day to me based on what I'm reading. And I want you to get that to that point where something pops from the Bible and you're reading it and all of a sudden you're like, I never saw that before. Well, it's because you probably never read it. It's probably why you never read it. You think you did, but your mind is crazy because you can jam more into your brain. You could jam more, not less. Less is harder. One verse a day forces you to try and remember something that you read a year ago. And honestly, we can't remember what we read 2 weeks ago or where we were yesterday, all that kind of stuff. So cram more, read more, not less. Your brain can handle it. It can get full. But after a while, the pace is nothing. You're gonna realize after a month of doing this, the next month when you tried, you're like, oh man, I'm on a decent pace that I'll get through the Bible in 4 months. Suddenly you're reading through the Bible 3 times a year. And it's amazing. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to read the Bible in its entirety. And I've set this up so that you can do it in 30 days. I think you can do it in less than that. But we tried to keep it nice and simple. So All right, I know my phone is probably going to cook because it's pretty hot here right now. It's pretty hot in this car. I tried to position my car away from the sun, but when did I get saved? November 17th, 1986. That's when I got baptized. I know that's not the same of being saved, but that's when I rededicated my life to the Lord, because for me, I've always believed in Jesus Christ my entire life, ever since I was a child. I always believed in God. I always believed in Jesus Christ. My grandparents used to walk me through the crucifixion on a calendar. They were Catholic, and they would just walk me through. So I knew the crucifixion story inside and out when I was like 5 years old, 4 years old. So there wasn't a time where I didn't believe in Jesus Christ. But there was a time stamp where I dedicated my life to him, and I got baptized, water baptized. And I remember where I was in a Pentecostal church, and it was after a play that we were doing, all this kind of stuff, and I got baptized on that day. So that's why November 17th stands out for me as a time marker, because people want to know, when did you get saved? Okay, there you go. But the fruit of it didn't actually always take hold, because there were times where I rebel, all kinds of stuff as a teenager, young adult, whatever, all that kind of stuff. But really, the last 3.5 years have actually caught me back up to when I was like 20 years old, 21 years old, because I used to just dive into the Bible. And what's funny is I would dive into the King James Bible because I grew up in a Pentecostal church. And as soon as I moved away from the King James Bible, it felt like I had no more interest in God for a long time. Like, you go to church and that kind of stuff, but it's not like today. Today it's all consuming. But I feel like now, today, I match to where I was when I was like 20 years old. Because I would go out in the streets. I'd be preaching on the streets and all kinds of stuff. So it's funny that I have a YouTube channel now. And when I was 5 years old, I used to mimic doing a radio show on my tape recorder, and I would call it after a TV show, WKRP in Cincinnati, and I would always record. And now we're going to be talking about this and whatever. And I was like 6 years old, 7 years old. My dad bought me a tape recorder because I talked too much. So I would record myself doing shows. And now I do a podcast almost every single day. Isn't that funny? Isn't that strange how that works out? Anyways, I am cooking in here. So, what else? What else is there? That's it for today. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. If you're just starting, when we started on June 1st, we started in the book of Acts. So you could get a jump, because July 1st is on Tuesday. If you wanted to get a bit of a jump and you're like, I want to start now, start in the book of Acts today. Go through my little video series and go to the end of Revelation, which should take you to about Wednesday, Thursday. And then go to Genesis on Thursday and go through that all the way to the book of Job. That'll keep you busy for the next couple of weeks. That'll keep you busy, 2-3 weeks. So that's easy. Just go start off today, Acts to the end of Revelation, and then when you're done the book of Revelation, flip over to Genesis and go all the way to the book of Job. That'll keep you busy for 2-3 weeks. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on my live show in a few hours, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Ciao. Talk to you later. Bye.